My guest tonight is a fantastic actress who plays Daphne Bridgerton on the hit new Netflix series from Shonda Rhimes' Bridgerton. Let's take a look.
You appear displeased.
Do I?
We find ourselves seated beside each other, Miss Bridgerton. I would like to think you're happy about that.
Perhaps, Your Grace. It would be better if you refrained from thinking about me at all.
It is simply surprising.
Yes, however is it possible for a lady to offer anything but a smile while seated beside a duke?
You regarding subjects much too...
Even one of your reputation.
You are aware of my reputation.
I'm aware of your friendship with my eldest brother. If that were not enough, I'm also aware of the things a certain writer has recently written of you. Presumptuous. Clearly. Arrogant, most definitely. You are a rake. Through and through.
Hey, Phoebe.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good now. I'm thrilled that I get a chance to talk to you because you are the woman of the moment. This is a huge deal. So, just first of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been a surreal few weeks.
Yeah, it's so fascinating because Bridgerton came out, was it 3-4 weeks ago? It just came out.
Yeah, so pretty much exactly 4 weeks ago. It came out on Christmas Day.
Okay, so this is what I experienced. Yeah. It came out Christmas Day. About 2 days later, everybody I know was texting me and saying, "Have you seen Bridgerton?" And I said,
"Oh, it was 2 days."
2 days. 2 days, everybody. And then, I said, "I'm going to watch it. Give me a second." I hear doctors are like leaving mid-operation to go watch Bridgerton. Everybody's gone mad for the show, and deservedly so. It's a terrific show, but it's kind of a mania. I don't know what it's like in Britain, in the UK, but here in America, people have lost their minds. It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so lovely to be part of something that's obviously, bringing a lot of joy to people's lives in this really crazy time. So it's good to be part of something positive, I guess.
Yeah, it's very positive. Everybody looks gorgeous. The costumes are stunning. I think it's a nice, and there's so much about it too that I think is fascinating. One of the things I'm curious about is people talk today about dating and how difficult it is with the apps, with the social apps, and what a weird experience it is. And I'm curious if do you prefer, obviously there's a lot of downsides, but are there things that you prefer about the way they were doing it in the 19th century?
I think the problem today is that there is no social etiquette. So you can ghost someone and just sort of blank them completely, and there's no repercussions to that. So that's something you have to deal with. And also, if someone was into you in those days, they would come around and bring you a big bouquet of flowers. It was pretty much as simple as that. So you knew where you stood with people. I think that was the benefit of being a woman back in those days. Obviously, that's probably the only benefit.
Yeah, I was going to say, not many people are saying early 19th century, great time to be a woman. But yes, people had to put in an effort. They had to put in an effort, and now it's just someone can like something that you wrote, or they can send you an emoji, and you think, wait a minute. Back then, you had to ride, 80 miles through a bog to deliver some roses. It feels like a guy had to work for it back then.
They did. Yeah, they did. But I think there's a pluses and negatives, isn't there? Because also, if I'm not interested, if there's a Nigel Burbrook of today, I don't have to pander. I can just say, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Yes, that's true.
I don't even have to say thank you. I can just say bye.
You don't even have to say anything. You just you just turn off your phone for a week.
Exactly.
And maybe he gets the message. I know I like that. I like that a lot. There's obviously so many things about the show that I feel people right now are hungry for. For example, during this COVID crisis, nobody's been dressing up. And I think, obviously the show is really entertaining in so many ways, but part of the show is you all look so beautiful and you're dressed so nicely, and everyone watching it is wearing sweatpants.
Yes.
And t-shirts.
Including me.
Including you.
In fact, I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
So basically, you're from the waist up, you are there you go. Yes.
I know.
I won't show you what I'm wearing because, it's not good. I'm wearing very short shorts.
I believe it.
Not a good look. Is there any chance, because I've watched the show with my wife, and it's very interesting because my wife and I watch the show, and we watch it in the main room. We have 2 children, and they're teenagers, but on the younger side of being teenagers, and they wander in and out. So we love the show, but we were worried about, we can't have them walking through if there's an intense scene. And then someone told us the exact episode. There's an episode that if there's kids around.
Yes,
Is it 6?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite easy to remember, actually, isn't it, as well? Episode 6. Yeah, episode 6 is the danger, red lights, hazard, warning.
Yeah. No, I couldn't handle it. I fainted twice. They took me to the hospital, but it was fantastic. It was great, but I just kept. They brought me around with smelling salts, but it was nice that the word is out. Now, first of all, that works both ways. If there are people who are worried about their kids, worried about maybe their grandmother coming into the room, you need to be a little careful about episode 6. But you also know it's going to drive people to episode 6 as well.
Yeah. So with my family, because I watched it with my grandparents, and with my family, we skipped episode 6. It was just it was a no-go. But there's some, there's a few before that as well. So I had to sort of sit by the remote and fast forward the bits before episode 6 that are slightly, on the precarious side as well.
You're there with the remote, pushing fast forward.
Ready to go, and you probably you know exactly what's happening, and then then stop. I'm like, you don't need to do this bit.
Yeah, and suddenly there's like a baby or something, and you're like, trust me.
Yeah, I had to give them a down low of everything that happened in episode 6, so they were all caught up. So that was fun. I gave them a little okay, so what happens is, and skipped all the bad parts.
Let me ask you a quick question, and you feel free to be completely honest with me. I look at this show, and yes, obviously, everyone's very attractive, so that's going to be a problem for me. But I do have the overall skin tone of someone in the, let's say, 18th, 19th century England. I look like someone who maybe hasn't been well-nourished and taken care of. Could there be some small part for me?
I've got to say, because it's not, I mean, the Bridgertons, we're all kind of pasty, but it's also the hair. You've got the Bridgerton boy hairstyle going on. I mean, they were in hair and makeup for hours getting your hair done.
Listen,
and you just have it.
I have that.
It's already there.
Those guys, the Bridgertons especially, have that big thing of hair, and they have those crazy sideburns.
And the burns. You just need burns.
I could do that, and then we just have to find a reason why someone like me would be in the show. And I don't want to be distracting, literally just coming by in the background every now and then. Hello, quick wave, and then off I go.
You've got the accent as well.
Well, no, what I just did was insulting and terrible. I wanted to ask you quickly about the narrator of Bridgerton is Julie Andrews, the great Julie Andrews. And I know, I mean, the word icon doesn't even do justice to who Julie Andrews is and what she's accomplished. Because she's the narrator of the show, have you had a chance to meet her?
I haven't, and it's haunted me ever since the pandemic started. I think I actually read her autobiography in lockdown because I just wanted to be close to her. I was so disappointed we didn't get to meet, so I just found out everything I could about Julie Andrews so that now I feel like I know her.
Uh-huh.
And if we ever meet in person, I have something to talk to her about. Although I worry that might scare her away, so I might just play it a bit cooler.
Yeah, sometimes that frightens people when you say it's Phoebe, meet Julie Andrews. You were born in Leeds in 1928. You weigh 135 grams. You don't want to say that kind of stuff to people. It sounds creepy.
No.
I have to tell you, I've been very fortunate. I've had the chance to, over a long career, I've been able to meet just about everybody. Never had the chance to meet Julie Andrews, but they have something here in the States, the Macy's Day Parade, which is a big deal on Thanksgiving. And I was in New York once, just before I left about 10 years ago, and the Macy's Day Parade was going by, and I was holding my daughter, who was just a baby at the time, and suddenly, right in front of me, Julie Andrews goes by on top of the parade float, waving. I dropped my daughter practically and started screaming, Julie Andrews! And I think she saw, I don't think she recognized me, but she thought, who's that horrible woman? I completely lost it. That's the effect she has on people.
She does. Yeah, she does. She's basically a royal.
Yeah, she is. Have you done a lot of chat shows before? Have you done a lot of chat shows in the UK?
Not really. No, this is like my first late night, American. This is huge deal. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, thanks for reading that as I wrote it. Make sure she says this is a big deal to her.
No, it's huge.
Well, I only ask because you're a natural. You're so easy to talk to and delightful. And
thank you.
I got major points in my house today when my wife said, what are you doing today? And I said, I've got to shoot this and do that. Then I'll be talking to, Phoebe Dynevor. And she was like, she's talking to you? And I was like, come on.
No. Oh, my goodness.
She has more respect for you than for me. We'll just leave it at that. Bridgerton is available on a little thing called Netflix. And I don't think you'll have any trouble finding it. And you're such a big deal right now that sometimes before the show, I like to look up people to find out a little something else about them, prepare. I think I was going to type your whole name in, and I think I typed in the P for Phoebe, and your name came up. So that's before like Peter the Great. So the Apostle Paul. So thrilled for you, and thank you so much for being on the show. Stay safe, stay well, and
thank you. And I hope to see you in season 2. Yeah.
Guess what? You're the only person.
Make it happen.
You're the only person who's excited about that.
I'm pretty excited.
I could be a creepy older suitor for one of the, for one of the daughters who gets killed instantly. How about that?
No.
I'll be Lord Dibbledab, something like that. You guys talk to the writers. Talk to Sean.
I will.
Figure that out for me. Anyway, thank you very much, Phoebe.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you.